Hey there, folks. I'm Joe Crawford of artlearn.com. Pretty much every day I go to CSSBattle.dev, take a look at and do the daily target and record myself doing it. I'm going to do that right now. Ooh, that's pretty interesting. So is the trick here that this is two elements, one of whom is flipped and scaled? Maybe. Let's find out. So if I do one or the other, in theory, I will get some interesting thing. Okay, so let's get this going. I think I'm going to have a single element and say conic at what, 30 pixels, 80 pixels, transparent, 75%, and then green. So we're going to start with that. And then if I do the same thing again, so I'm just going to do this not very efficiently, and that's fine. Bottom corner would be that what? Comma, comma, comma. And got some syntax problem. There it is. There's a syntax problem. Okay. And I'm going to put, just because I haven't done the correct margins yet, let's do this. Okay, these margins need to be here. And this is going to be what, 15 maybe? And this will be 20, 30, 40, 42. The height needs to be 2, 50, 60, 70. All right, so that's what I've made so far. 40, 50, 100, 20, at 300. And so that's what I've made so far, which is fine. Again, I know it's not efficient. That's okay. I don't care. All right, so the next one is at probably 250. And yellow, 25, and then transparent. That's that one. And then this one is here. The last one will be from 180 degrees. And this starts at what, 50? There it is. So I made that single element. So the next element I want to make, whoops, is that one, second. And this one will be P plus P. And I'm going to move, so I'm going to do a negative margin, minus 200, to minus 300. Okay, and then I'm going to scale this one down. I say, see? So that's kind of, well, it's not going to work, is it? It's not the same size. But in theory, it could be close, but it is not. So that's unfortunate. It's not what I was hoping for. So this is pretty complicated. Oh yeah. So adjusting the scale values, you can kind of get it and kind of put it where I want. And if I do a negative value, then I can put them in the right place, but I still get an error, right? So by scaling that thing. So I don't like the solution at all. It's no good. So what do I want to keep out of this? I don't think I want to keep very much of it. Is this 4 elements or 0 elements or 2 elements? And then, or the 2 elements top and bottom? I think it's 2 elements. So let's rethink these elements. Say blank temp. Let's do blank temp. We're just going to nuke the whole thing and say I'm going to make a single thing. P plus P will be scale of a -1. So I'm going to get rid of the background and do border solid 50 pixels. Actually, border inline like that, and then do border color green, yellow. So the colors of, so the border color would be what? It would be, do I need that? No, that's not right, is it? And that kind of worked. Oh, hey, that worked. Shoot to flip these colors. It used to be you could put a 0 in for the color value and it would kind of work. Doesn't look like that's working. So let's change that. 4, 42, 15, and the height of 120. Great. So then what? Then I want a background. Oh, and then I want to see the second one. P. There it is. So this needs to be 10, 20, 30. There it is. So now I've got, so using the same code, I have a pretty straightforward solution there. My background is going to be a conic gradient over a linear gradient that's left to right. So at 20 pixels, 60 pixels, and what from, we'll do from minus 90 degrees. And so the first thing will be this color 75%, and then transparent. And then under that, a linear gradient that's 90 degrees, so left to right, and then the yellow, and then that color, or then green. Here's the green. So that I need that to be at a width 0. That kind of works. I need a color stop there, and so that's the idea of it. 20, 30, nope. 20 is correct. And 50, nope. 40, 50, 40, 60, 60, 70. That's a pretty clean solution. So again, that's what I've made with this combination of borders and a conic gradient and a linear gradient. So that's good. I'll take that. Submit, see what the score is. This could also be box shadows. Yeah. 2 elements with box shadows. Should be legit. Ooh, interestingly, that is not a solution that's very good. So I don't have 100% match, even though visually to me, that looks like a complete visual match. And the diff doesn't show anything. So I do not have a solution there yet. All right, so then we need a different approach, even though I like the solution. Oh, you know what it is? I think it's the gradient. I need the color stops. I bet that's it. 50% 0. So visually, I don't see a difference, but we're going to try this. This might be 100%. If it is, we're done. If it's not, we do some, okay, let's try it again. Because of the subtlety of the gradient that I can't see, the diff didn't show, even though, oh, there we go. So that is 100% match. So so because so if I make this transparent, so there's that. And this is what I had. Which was just enough to look correct to me within that scope of that, but actually was not pixel perfect. So that's a good lesson. That's a good reminder that the visual of a gradient might not show up in a diff, right? I just can't see it. Without the color stop. So if I do that, like I just can't see. Can I see that? Not really. That's a very fun lesson. Let's minify and unit replace. And that's it. I won't do the box shadow solution because we got there. We got where we needed to be. Unless I'm lying. Maybe I do want to do that. Maybe I do want to do a box shadow solution. Come on. Okay, did I remove him again? Oh, I did remove him again. Okay, final answer for this solution. I forgot to do this. Change the body to an ampersand. Okay, so all right, let's do one more. For this, I'll do the nested template, which is the body element and HTML element. Let's see, nice one. Okay. So here's what I want to do. I'm not talking through this very well because why? Because I'm not 100% sure about it. So I just want to make that rectangle and then do box shadows for all the parts. 80. So I don't see this box shadow. Why not? Because I don't have a unit on this. There's the problem. All right, so let's adjust the sizing of that. So we need to make this a little less wide. So that means increasing this number. How about 85, 86, 87? Okay. So I'm trying to make the HL body be exactly as big as one of these guys. That's my goal. And I'm not there yet. Okay. Perfect. That's good. This number needs to be less, 85, 84, 83, 82. And there it is. Okay. So then the other rectangle should be variations of that. So if I put in the colors, that should be green. That is correct. This should be yellow. Okay. So that's good. And then we need smaller ones. Minus 100 pixels, 60 pixels, 0, minus 20 pixels. Interesting. So that's not going to work. I thought that I could coerce this by making it the shadow smaller. I could make it work, but I think I can't. I think those shadows are fine, but I can't quite do it. Okay, so then I want to repurpose this box shadow, which I like. And do this as a paragraph element. Because then I can do it twice, maybe. Let's find out. What a mess. Well, that's fascinating. So 5, 6, 700. that worked. So tricky, but it worked. So if I make a second one, how does that help me? I want to think it helps me, but maybe it doesn't. I'm getting tired of this idea. I've taken on a very tricky kind of a thing, and maybe that's not going to work. Yeah. Oh, and it should be 170 or something. So there's my little tiny boxes. So, and those box shadows would be different numbers, wouldn't they? Yeah, they kind of would. Because they're not as far over. Yeah. So you can kind of see where I was going with that, but I think, yeah, no, I don't mean to do that. My solutions. So we're going to go back to this one, which is just fine. The bordering kind of gradient, but there are box shadow ways to do this too. All right, we'll stop there. We've already spent 22 minutes on this, and it's more than I wanted to do. But very fun solution. Yeah, so I submitted a bad one. Yeah, I like that. Still, it was good. It's a fun puzzle. This is a fun puzzle for sure. And there would be some intriguing other kinds of solutions to make this work for sure. Yeah. Well, thanks for sticking with me. If you did, if you didn't, that's fine. And you're not listening to this anyway. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Go make a webpage. I'll see you around. Bye.